Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. And I want to catch the sunset into the ocean tonight because I'm getting, it's about 7:25 right now, and at 7:32, the sun should be setting into the ocean, and sometimes you see a splash. And I'm hoping to catch that tonight because we have a clear night, not a lot of haze or fog. And you can see a lot of people lining up along the fence here to catch the sunset into the ocean. So that hopefully will happen here in a few minutes, and I'll catch it. In the meantime, we'll just talk a little bit about Bitcoin, and you can check out some of the scenery here in Southern California. Actually, it's kind of cold right now. In fact, a lot of people are in jackets, dressed up, because we're still kind of in that time of year where it's still a little bit nippy out here. Not exactly, tropical weather here in Southern California. And it won't be for another month or two. We don't start getting the nice temperatures until June, July. They call it June gloom. It warms up a little bit, but it's still kind of cold, especially along the coast because it's high humidity. Way off in the distance, I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but you can see the Oceanside Pier. At the very end of the Oceanside Pier, you can kind of see a mass, and that's the building that caught fire. It was a restaurant. I think it was a Rubio's restaurant. And I was going to make a video out there. Maybe tomorrow I'll go out to the Oceanside Pier and make a video. We can talk about Bitcoin on the Oceanside Pier and see if they've done anything as far as making that thing repair that restaurant. I don't even know if they're going to repair the restaurant, what they're going to do with it. They may just do nothing with it because I don't know how successful it was at the time. I mean, it didn't ever seem like there were too many people out there. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin because Bitcoin right now is 63,000. It was over 64,000, which is a significant difference from where it was here just a few days ago when I started making these videos. I mean, it was like 57,000. So that's like a $6,000-$7,000 swing. And one of the things I was concerned about with Bitcoin when the ETFs got involved with was that it would be more, it wouldn't be these wide ranges of trading. It would be more stable as far as trading price is concerned. There wouldn't be any wild swings because you have a lot of control over, there's a lot of Bitcoin being owned, and there wouldn't be these upswings like downswings like there have been. And I was kind of worried about that because that's when you make your money. You make your money when you catch it on one of these down times like we did here a few days ago, and you buy it at 57,000, and then a week later it's 64,000. That's a pretty nice appreciation, no matter how much money you put into it. If you buy one Bitcoin, I mean, you have like $6,000 gain in one few days. That's a nice return. Better than you're going to do anyplace else, almost anyplace else that I can see. And a lot of people are asking me about altcoins. A lot of people are talking about altcoins. My suggestion as far as altcoins is concerned is stay out of altcoins. There's an old saying that says people create altcoins to get your Bitcoin, and that's been my experience. Stay away from the altcoin market. The only market I trust right now is the Bitcoin market. Even though I got started in the altcoin market and owned a lot of altcoins, and my son started an app on the EOS blockchain, and we're still actively running that today. But that's tricky business on the altcoin market. And the main reason is because altcoins are what they call smart contract platforms, which means they can create tokens. They don't have a fixed amount of tokens. If they want to write into the protocol, they want to create more tokens, they can just create more tokens out of thin air. And of course, Bitcoin, we know there's only 28 million or 21 million that will ever be mined, and they have yet to be mined. We haven't even mined them all yet. And Satoshi's got 1 million locked up, and there's countless millions that have been lost over the years. So we know that there's a fixed supply, and the fixed supply is significantly less than what the total amount could be. So don't trust the altcoin market. A lot of altcoins, they will just build into the code the ability to create inflation and just mine more tokens or create more tokens out of thin air. I wouldn't mess around with those guys, with that market at all. I mean, there are a few out there I would trust a little bit more than others. I would trust, Ethereum would definitely be my number one pick. And of course, XRP and Solana, those are all, I think, if you want to spend a little bit of money, don't bet the farm on it, but if you want to put a little bit of money in it, I think those would be the ones to do it. Of course, I was heavily involved with EOS, and my son was too. EOS is trading right around $1, and the high point for EOS is around $21, $22. If it'll ever come back to that, I don't know, but it's probably not very likely. And it may go up a little bit, but who knows how much. But anyway, in the meantime, just stick to Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, I think, is a real opportunity. I think now that, it's all kind of, the halving's over with, the whole, drama with the ETFs is over with. And now I think you're going to see some steady appreciations. And I'm hoping for $100,000 of Bitcoin here very soon. That's where it should be. It should be 100,000. That would be my prediction of where it should be very soon, at $100,000. And of course, that's 30,000, 35,000 less than or more than we are right now. So hey, that'd be a nice day when it hits the 100,000. In the meantime, I'm very concerned about the economy and the state of our world. I don't see things getting much better, and I really am concerned for our future generations. Of course, I'll be 64 years old this month actually. So, my better days are behind me, but I'm worried about the younger kids and what's going on in this world. I'm worried about our economy. I'm worried about our jobs. How you doing? I'm worried about just the overall way our world is going. One of the things that concerns me is the fact you can't even say what you think anymore, because if you do, you might offend somebody. So that's kind of a reverse freedom of speech. You can't say anything, because if you say something, somebody might be offended. And I couldn't come on here and say some of the things I believe, because I'm sure I'd offend somebody. And so you got to just basically keep your ideas to yourself. You can't really say anything anymore. And of course, if you can't say anything, then how can anybody know what anybody's true feelings are? Because everybody keeps it to themselves. That's a real problem. And then the other problem, of course, is we don't have, the formula of going to school, getting a job, working at a company. Everybody talks about it. That formula hasn't worked for 45, 50 years. It didn't work for my generation. It may have worked for my parents' generation, but it hasn't worked for my generation. Going to school is a big waste of money. It's going to get you in big time debt, especially if you take out student loans. And then they're going to put you where you're going to ruin your credit, and you'll never be able to buy a home. You'll never be able to do anything, buy any hard asset that stays ahead of inflation. So they basically just bury you in a hole from day number one by getting an education. And then if you do happen to get a job somewhere, you know what? The companies have no loyalty to you. Look what Elon Musk's doing to his employees right now. He's just getting rid of a lot of people. Just out of, hey, we're not doing well. Goodbye, so long. See you later. Have fun looking for a job. So nobody is loyal to their employees anymore. So why work for anybody? In fact, if you check out YouTube is full of former people that work for Google, Amazon, all these major corporations. There's corporations everybody knows and everybody sees doing very well. There are hundreds of YouTubers. I see them all the time. Hey, I used to work via a mega buck programmer for Google, and I quit my job to become a YouTuber. And I see that happening a lot. I see a lot of people doing those kind of things. So you can't trust jobs anymore. They just aren't loyal to their employees. So you see a lot of people, and I think they're really directionless. They don't know what to do with themselves, especially if they're in their 20s and 30s. They got a long time to go before they retire, and they got a lot of energy and a lot of a lot of abilities yet to give to the world if somebody would just put them in a position where they could succeed. And the way to do that is, have healthy corporations that aren't in trouble because of inflation, aren't in trouble because of overseas competition and all the things that are going on in the world today. So I'm really concerned. And I'm seeing stuff, like weird stuff you never used to see before. Like, I'll go to a parking lot and I was just at the grocery store a few minutes ago, and it's like everybody that I pulled up to was like a car and someone sitting in a car by themselves, just sitting there on their phone, not going to the store, not doing anything, just hanging out in the parking lot in their car. I don't know why. I don't know if they're just bored, they don't know what to do, or they're just living out of their car, or what they're doing. But it's just so many people that just seem to be kind of not knowing what to do with themselves, which is really a shame, because a lot of these people are fairly young and they got a lot of time left and they got a lot of energy left. They should be doing something that they enjoy doing, not just hanging out in their car in their parking lot. But this is the kind of stuff you see. I'm seeing more and more. Maybe it's more so in Southern California than other places. But anyway, the sun is getting ready, just is starting to go into the ocean. It's like halfway in. It's like a quarter way in. So another 20 minutes or another 5 minutes, it's going to be underwater. Which is really kind of a weird thing when you see the sun go into the water. And it's really beautiful. I mean, usually if it wasn't quite so cold out, there'd be a ton of people on this fence taking this in. The sun setting, because it's a beautiful scene. It's really beautiful. I like looking out over the ocean. It gives me a sense of being like, I'm not claustrophobic. When I get into the mountains or I get into places where things are really tight, I don't like that. I like to be out in the ocean or out around the ocean where I can see out for miles and miles and miles. So we're getting close. Man, it's going down fast. So like I say, hopefully with these swings in Bitcoin, people can get in at a pretty cheap price or cheaper price and then hold on for a little bit and it goes up. So we're almost there. Let's see if I can get there. I'll stay still for a second or two while it goes into the ocean. Because usually when it gets this close, it drops fast. Hopefully my camera's picking this up. Just a few more minutes, maybe another minute or two. Kind of like watching paint dry. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen as long as you're watching it. There it goes. It's about ready to go under. Hopefully we can pick up the splash. If I wait this long for watching it, I hope it pays me off by making a splash in the ocean. Here we go. One more. Come on, she's almost there. I've been waiting for about a week to do this. The weather's been cloudy for about a week. The first clear day I've had for a while. Oh, did the splash? Sorta. I think it kind of splashed a little bit. Probably not as dramatic as maybe some other nights. But anyway, we can come back and check it out another night. Like I say, I might go to the Oceanside Pier next week. Let me turn the camera around in the meantime. So tomorrow night I might go to the Ocean Pier and then do some other stuff after that. Like I say, I'm just shooting these videos because I want to make content for hopefully for people, younger people, you know, that are trying to think of what to do with themselves and what to think about, how, you know, what to do as far as finance is concerned. Hopefully get them to buy some Bitcoin and, you know, give them some opportunity to make some money in the Bitcoin market rather than just hoping on something else is going to happen. So make this content. Like I said, I'm not hoping to be a big YouTuber. I've been putting on YouTube for a long time, and you know, I'm not the super YouTuber guy, and I don't care about any other. I don't care about you know, building a big channel or anything like that. I just want to put content up and talk about YouTube, or talk about Bitcoin, and talk about other things. But just hopefully stuff that, you know, kind of, you know, is interesting to people. That's what I hope to do. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.